Hi guys, and welcome back to part 6 of the series on how to get Incognitro, the Felcycle Mount. This is the new secret mount in patch 11.0.5. As always, please go see the other parts before doing anything from this video, because you will need to do everything before that in order to start doing what I'm going to explain in today's video. Normally, with today's video, you will be able to unlock the 8 o'clock pillar right here. And so normally, as you can see, you have all these different ones that will be available. And as you will see, it's not too difficult. So all you have to do in order to start this new part of this quest line is to go back to the catacombs after you've completed the Warden's puzzle and you receive the Warden's mirror. And here you want to give the mirror to the Enigma machine, which is located right here. And normally before that, you also gave the blood that we got in the 6th step of this whole quest line. And now you will be able to see two buttons appear, the begin and submit. So here I would recommend you to quickly exit the catacombs, reset the instance, and then enter again. Before I explain exactly what you will need to do, a few important information. First of all, you will need to use the different statues that are located inside of the catacombs, and here are all 5 of the different statues that you can use. First, you have the grid statue that is located right here in the Felcycle room. Then you have the guardian statue that is located right here in front of the Enigma machine. Then you have the watcher statue that is located in this room right here. Then in the room next to it, right here, you will have the nature statue. And at the entrance, you will find the rage statue. You will also need to use these different pads that are located inside of the catacombs. And here in total, there are 7 of them. And it's very important that you use the correct number for each of them. So number 1 will be located right here at the top of the Felcycle room. And then you have number 2 that is located just here at the entrance of the Felcycle room. Then you have a third one located in this room that you need to access by using the relic of crystal connections and the different humming crystals. Then you have a fourth one that is just outside of this room and in front of the Felcycle room, located right here on the ground. Then number 5 is located right here and it will be underwater and it's not far from the main entrance. Then number 6 will also be underwater in this main corridor, and it's the one that is next to the room where there are all the different cats. And finally, for number 7, you want to go in that room where there is the nature statue, and you will be able to find it in that corner right here. And just in case, here is the map with all of them and with the correct numbers, so just make sure to always refer yourself to this map. This activity will also require you to count and kill a lot of the different rats that are located in the catacombs. So here I would recommend you to go in your options, and in interface you want to click on critters and companions, because as you can see, without that it's going to be very difficult for you to actually see them. But when you turn on their nameplates like that, you will be able to track them super easily. And here there's gonna have 2 different types of rats. There are the catacomb rats and the normal rats that just have rats in their name. And the ones that you will need to count and to use for today's mini game or puzzle are the normal rats. So the catacomb rats, you can kill them at any time because they will only be annoying. So make sure to always kill the catacomb rats, and they don't have really any role to play in this puzzle. Also, please note that when you are putting a statue on one of these different pads, you will be able to unlock different colors that will indicate the amount of statue or people who are currently on the pad. So if you have only one statue on a pad, it should turn blue. If you have 2 of them, it should turn green. If you have 3 of them, it should turn yellow. If you have 4 of them, it should turn orange, and 5 of them is purple. And of course, each time if you are also on the pad and everything, it will add or count like if you were a statue. So really remember these different colors, because this is very important for the rest of this chapter. So once you've reset the catacombs, you want to enter again, and here you want to go back in the rooms where there is the Enigma machine. Here the objective is to break the 7 locks of this Enigma machine, and you will need to do it one at a time. Also, in order for you to track the amount of locks remaining, you can simply click on the machine and normally it will tell you that there are maybe 3-4 locks remaining. So it's pretty easy to track. Then you want to click on begin and normally you will have this text that will appear in your chat box. And after that, you want to click on submit. So normally here, nothing's really gonna happen, but one thing that you wouldn't probably have noticed is the fact that some rats have now appeared in the catacombs. So all you have to do right now is to go around and count the number of these normal rats that spawned. And here again, I really want to insist on the difference between the catacomb rats that we don't care about and the normal rats with only rats in their name. And these are the ones that you need to count. So here you really want to go around in all the different parts of the catacombs, in all the different rooms. You really want to make sure that you're not missing any rats because you need to have the exact number of rats that spawned. Also, I would strongly recommend you each time you've counted one of these rats to kill all the different rats, so the normal ones and the catacomb ones, because again, otherwise they might interfere with some of the pads by stepping on it. And also because for each of the other steps and in order to unlock each of the other locks, you will need each time to count the new rats that will appear. So you want to really make sure that all the different rats are dead. Once you've been able to count the exact number of rats that have spawned, you need to use this table in order to understand where to place the different statues and what exactly to do in order to unlock the lock. So as you can see, for instance, if you have 3 rats, you will need to place 1 statue on the 3rd pad. If you have, let's say, 7 rats, you will need to place 1 statue on pad 7. And let's say you have 10 rats, you will need to place 2 statues on number 3. Here, it doesn't matter which statue you're using, the number of statues is what matters, but each pad has a different number, and so for that, you really want to make sure to use the right pad. Here, one super important thing to remember is that after each step, you want to remove the different statues from the pads, because if you forget to do that, then they will mess up your process and you will fail. So really, after each time you've submitted, you want to count the new rats, make sure to remove the statues from where they were before, place the statue on the new pads, and then you want to submit. But really make sure to always remove the statue after each steps. So for instance, me, as you can see, I had 7 rats. And so in order to unlock my first lock, I will need to place 1 statue on the pad 7. So this is exactly what you need to do. Here you want to place the statue and normally again you will be able to see the blue light because it's only 1 statue, so you want to make sure that you see the light. It will mean that the statue is there. Then you need to go again all around and make sure that you've killed all the rats, so like that they won't step on any of the other pads. And when this is done, you want to go back to the Enigma machine and here you want to click on submit. And normally you will see in your chat box this text that will appear and say you hear a mechanism unlock. And you will also normally see this magnifying glass that will appear on top of your head. And it means that you successfully unlocked that specific lock. If you did it wrong, normally you will receive a zap and you will also receive some damage. And so in that case, it means that you got it wrong and you need to exit, reset and start over. And now all you have to do is to go around again and count the new rats that are spawned, and you want to do exactly the same thing as step 1, but each time make sure to refer yourself to the table because for each of the different locks you will have different things to do. So again, this is the same exact thing you'll have to do each time, but you just want to make sure to place the statues on the right pads before submitting. So for instance, for the second lock, I got 10 rats, so I had to place 3 statues on pad 6, and then it was unlocked. After that, for the third lock, I had 7 rats, and so here I had to place 1 statue on the pad 7, and so after that, I was able to submit and to get this lock unlocked. Then I also had another 10 rats for number 4, and so here again, I just had to place 3 statues on the 6th pad. Then for the next one, I had 5 rats, so I just needed to place 1 statue on pad number 5. Then I had 6 rats for number 6, and so here I had to place 3 statues on the pad number 2. And finally, for the last one, I had 4 rats, so I had to place 2 statues on number 1. And then when I finally submitted, as you can see, I received this message in the chat that informed me that the Great Lock has been released. And normally after that, when you go in the main room, you will now have a new orb that will have appeared. So for now, that's all we have in terms of progress. We are still missing 4 of them, and apparently according to the game master that designed this entire puzzle, the next one, number 9, is going to be the most challenging one. So it's probably going to take a few days in order for the community to actually solve this next part. And then after that, we have 3 more to do. So hopefully by the end of the week or maybe next week, we will be able to finally get this mount. So stay tuned for more videos in this series and for other parts. And of course, remember at the end, I will make sure to make a complete guide. So if you don't want to do each individual part and wait for the full guide to be here, you can also do that. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye.